Let's be brutally honest for a second. That monthly visit from Aunt Flo shouldn't feel like a scene from a horror movie. Yet, for millions of women, the onset of their period signals the beginning of days dominated by a deep, grinding, sometimes debilitating pain in their lower abdomen. It's a pain that radiates, that curls you into a ball on the bathroom floor, that makes you cancel plans, call out of work, and feel completely powerless over your own body. You've tried the over-the-counter painkillers, you've clutched the hot water bottle until it goes cold, and you've maybe even been told by a well-meaning but utterly unhelpful doctor that it's just part of being a woman. But what if I told you that narrative is a complete and total lie? What if the pain you've accepted as an inevitable monthly curse is actually something you can control, manage, and even eliminate entirely? Welcome to a new reality. I'm not here to sell you a magic pill or a bizarre contraption. I'm here to give you science. This isn't about masking the pain, it's about understanding its root cause and systematically dismantling the very mechanisms that create it. For years, we've been treating menstrual cramps, or dysmenorrhea, as a mysterious force of nature, but the truth is, it's a physiological process, and every physiological process can be influenced, modulated, and optimized. The key lies in understanding the orchestra of hormones and chemicals at play inside your body during your cycle. The primary villain in this story is a group of chemicals called prostaglandins. Now, don't let the scientific name intimidate you. Think of prostaglandins as tiny, potent messengers. They are produced in the lining of your uterus, and their job during your period is to make the uterine muscles contract forcefully to help shed that lining. This is a normal and necessary process. However, the problem arises when your body produces an excessive amount of these prostaglandins, particularly a type known as PGF2 alpha. When there's a prostaglandin party going on in your uterus and it gets out of hand, the muscle contractions become too strong and too frequent. These superpowered contractions compress the blood vessels that line the uterus, temporarily cutting off the supply of oxygen to the muscle tissue. And what happens when any muscle in your body is deprived of oxygen? It screams in pain. That sharp, cramping, aching sensation is literally your uterine muscle crying out for air. This understanding is our first and most crucial weapon. If excessive prostaglandins are the root of the problem, then our entire strategy for a pain-free period revolves around one central mission. How can we reduce the production and impact of these prostaglandins? The answer is not one single miracle cure, but a multifaceted, proactive approach that begins long before you even feel the first twinge of pain. This is where most advice falls short. It tells you what to do when you're already in pain, which is like trying to build a dam after the flood has already hit the town. The real secret, the paradigm shift I want you to make today, is that defeating menstrual cramps is a lifestyle strategy, not a last-minute rescue mission. It's about the small, consistent choices you make every single day of your cycle that add up to create a completely different physical experience when your period arrives. We are going to dive deep into 13 scientifically proven tips, but they are not just a random list. They are interconnected strategies that work synergistically. Some will target prostaglandin production directly. Some will improve blood flow to the pelvis to ensure those muscles get the oxygen they need. Some will balance your hormones to create a healthier uterine environment from the get-go, and some will strengthen your body's own innate pain-killing systems. This is a holistic blueprint. We will cover targeted nutritional changes that act as natural anti-inflammatories, specific types of exercise that are both curative and preventative, the profound impact of hydration and stress management, and even the role of certain minerals that act as direct muscle relaxants. This first segment is about setting the stage and giving you this foundational knowledge, because when you understand the why, the how becomes infinitely more powerful. You are about to take back control. You are about to become the architect of your own well-being. And if you're ready to never let a cramp dictate your life again, then I want you to do something for me right now. Take out a notebook or open a notes app on your phone. because you're going to want to write these next tips down. This is where the real work and the real freedom begins. Our journey to a cramp-free life begins not in the pharmacy, but in the kitchen. What you eat is arguably the most powerful lever you can pull to influence inflammation and prostaglandin production in your body. Standard Western diet, high in processed foods, sugar, and unhealthy fats, is like pouring gasoline on the fire of menstrual pain. These foods promote a state of systemic inflammation and provide the building blocks for those problematic Series 2 prostaglandins we talked about. So, our first cluster of scientifically proven tips revolves around strategic nutritional intervention. Tip number 1. Dramatically increase your intake of omega-3 fatty acids. You find these powerful anti-inflammatory fats in fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, and sardines, as well as in walnuts, flax seeds, and chia seeds. Numerous studies have shown that women who supplement with omega-3 seconds or consume them regularly experience a significant reduction in the severity of their menstrual cramps. Why? Because omega-3 seconds are used to produce Series 1 and Series 3 prostaglandins, which are actually anti-inflammatory and help to calm the uterus, effectively counteracting the painful effects of the bad prostaglandins. It's like sending in a peacekeeping force to calm the riot in your uterus. Tip number 2. Make friends with magnesium. Magnesium is a critical mineral that acts as a natural muscle relaxant. It helps to calm the nervous system and directly counteracts the spasmodic contractions of the uterine muscle. A systematic review of studies concluded that magnesium supplementation was more effective than a placebo for relieving menstrual pain. You can find magnesium in foods like dark leafy greens, almonds, avocados, dark chocolate, and bananas. However, due to modern farming practices, many people are deficient, so a supplement of around 300 to 400 milligrams of magnesium glycinate or citrate daily can be a game changer, especially in the week leading up to your period. Tip number 3. Embrace the power of turmeric and ginger. Curcumin, the active compound in turmeric, is one of the most potent natural anti-inflammatories on the planet, inhibiting the COX-2 enzyme, which is directly involved in prostaglandin production similar to how drugs like ibuprofen work, but without the side effects. Ginger works in a similar way and has been shown in clinical trials to be as effective as mefenamic acid, a common prescription painkiller for cramps, when taken in powdered form during the first few days of the period. Incorporate fresh ginger into your teas and stir-fries, and use turmeric generously in your cooking, always with a pinch of black pepper to dramatically enhance its absorption. Tip number 4. Eliminate or drastically reduce inflammatory oils. This is a sneaky one. Seed oils like soybean, corn, sunflower, and canola oil are extremely high in omega-6 fatty acids. While we need some omega-6 seconds, the modern diet provides a grossly imbalanced ratio, sometimes as high as 1-inch favor of omega-6 seconds. This imbalance drives the production of pro-inflammatory prostaglandins. Switch to healthier fats like olive oil, avocado oil, and coconut oil for cooking. Tip number 5. Hydration multiplier. This seems simple, but its impact is profound. Dehydration increases the concentration of vasopressin, a hormone that can cause uterine blood vessels to constrict and can also trigger prostaglandin release. When you are well hydrated, your blood volume is optimal, circulation is better, and muscle tissue remains supple and less prone to painful spasms. But don't just drink any fluid. Focus on water and herbal teas. Caffeine, found in coffee, black tea, and soda, can constrict blood vessels and potentially worsen cramps for some women, so it's wise to reduce intake, especially premenstrually. Now, I know this sounds like a lot of dietary changes, and you might be feeling overwhelmed. The key is not to do it all at once. Start with one. Maybe this week, you focus on adding a serving of salmon or a tablespoon of ground flaxseed to your diet every day. Next week, you swap out your cooking oil for avocado oil. The following week, you start taking a magnesium supplement. Small, consistent changes create a massive compounding effect over time. Your body is a complex biochemical machine, and you are now learning how to fuel it not just for energy, but for hormonal harmony and pain-free living. Think of your diet as the foundational soil from which your hormonal health grows. If the soil is rich, balanced, and nourishing, the plant your menstrual cycle will be strong, resilient, and free of the weeds of pain. And if you're already thinking, but I don't have time to cook elaborate meals with all these ingredients, don't worry, I've got you covered. Stick around until the end of this video, because I'm going to give you a link to a free, simple, one-page PDF that lays out a 7-day anti-cramp meal plan, complete with a shopping list, to make this transition effortless. But for now, let's move from what we put inside our bodies to how we move our bodies, because physical activity is our next powerful weapon in this fight. The last thing you probably feel like doing when you have cramps is exercising. The idea of going for a run or hitting the gym can feel like a cruel joke. But what if I told you that consistent, intelligent movement is one of the most powerful long-term strategies for banishing menstrual pain forever? This isn't about pushing through agony. It's about using specific types of movement as medicine. Our next cluster of tips focuses on the transformative power of physical activity. Tip number 6, prioritize consistent moderate cardio throughout your cycle. Engaging in aerobic exercise like brisk walking, jogging, cycling, or swimming for at least 30 minutes, 3 to 4 times a week, has a profound impact on menstrual health. How? First, cardio improves overall blood circulation throughout your body, including your pelvic region. Better blood flow means more oxygen is delivered to the uterine muscles, preventing the ischemia, the oxygen starvation that causes so much of the pain. Second, exercise stimulates the release of endorphins. Endorphins are your body's natural painkillers and mood elevators. They are chemically similar to morphine, but without the side effects. A steady routine of cardio ensures you have a steady, baseline production of these feel-good, feel-better chemicals, raising your pain threshold for when your period arrives. Tip number 7. Master the art of premenstrual yoga and stretching. In the week leading up to your period, shifting your focus to gentle, restorative yoga and deep stretching can work wonders. Specific poses are designed to open the hips, stretch the lower back, and increase circulation to the pelvic area. Poses like child's pose, cat-cow, happy baby, and gentle supine twists can provide immediate relief by releasing physical tension in the muscles that tend to clench up in response to uterine cramping, like the psoas and the pelvic floor muscles. This isn't about a vigorous vinyasa flow. It's about listening to your body and giving it gentle, expansive movements. Studies have shown that a regular yoga practice can significantly reduce the intensity and duration of menstrual cramps over time. Tip number 8. Unlock your core with strategic strength training. This might sound counterintuitive, but a strong core is not about having a six-pack. It's about having functional, supportive, abdominal, and back muscles. A weak core can lead to poor posture and compensatory patterns that exacerbate lower back pain, which often accompanies period cramps. Strengthening your transverse abdominis, your deep core muscle, your obliques, and your lower back muscles creates a natural corset of support for your pelvis, taking mechanical strain off the area. Exercises like planks, bird dogs, and glute bridges are fantastic for this. The key is consistency throughout your cycle, not just when you're in pain. Now, let's talk about one of the most overlooked aspects of modern life that fuels menstrual pain: stress. Tip number 9. Become a stress management ninja. When you are stressed, your body releases cortisol, the primary stress hormone. Chronically high cortisol levels can wreak havoc on your hormonal balance, disrupting the delicate interplay between estrogen and progesterone. This imbalance can lead to heavier periods and more intense cramping. Furthermore, stress itself heightens your perception of pain. It puts your nervous system on high alert, making every signal from your uterus feel louder and more distressing. Therefore, managing stress is not a luxury. It's a non-negotiable part of your anti-cramp protocol. This looks different for everyone. It could be a daily 10-minute meditation practice using an app like Insight Timer or Calm. It could be journaling your thoughts onto paper to get them out of your head. It could be spending time in nature or simply taking 5 deep, diaphragmatic breaths whenever you feel tension rising. The how is less important than the doing. By actively lowering your cortisol levels, you create a calmer internal environment, which translates directly to a calmer uterus. Think of your body as a system. You cannot have a relaxed organ inside a stressed out system. The mind-body connection here is not mystical. It's biochemical. Your nervous system and your endocrine system are in constant conversation. By using exercise to generate endorphins and stress management techniques to lower cortisol, you are essentially rewriting that conversation from one of panic and pain to one of calm and control. And if you're sitting there thinking that you don't have 30 minutes a day to meditate or an hour to go to the gym, I want you to pause that thought. In the final part of this video, I'm going to show you how to condense the most powerful elements of all these tips into a simple 10-minute daily routine that you can do no matter how busy you are. But first, we have a few more game-changing, science-backed tips to cover, including one simple device you can buy at any drugstore that might be the key to immediate relief. We've covered the foundational pillars of diet, exercise, and stress management. Now, let's get into some of the more targeted, and in some cases, immediate action, tips that can make a dramatic difference. These are the tools you can deploy both as long-term strategies and as first-line defenses when you feel cramps coming on. Tip number 10. Harness the proven power of heat therapy. This is one of the oldest remedies in the book, and for good reason, it's incredibly effective and backed by solid science. A study published in the journal Evidence-Based Nursing found that applying a continuous low-level heat patch to the lower abdomen was just as effective as ibuprofen for relieving menstrual cramps. How does it work? It's beautifully simple. The applied heat causes vasodilation, meaning it widens the blood vessels in the skin and underlying muscles. This improved blood flow delivers more oxygen to the aprusisness that's oxygen-starved uterine muscle, soothing the cramp directly. It also helps to relax the muscle fibers themselves, reducing the intensity of the contractions. So, don't just see that hot water bottle or heating pad as a comforting placebo. See it as a legitimate medical device. For best results, apply it at the first sign of cramps and use it continuously. There are even wearable heat patches available now that you can stick inside your clothing, allowing you to get this relief while going about your day. Tip number 11. Consider the supplement duo of vitamin B1 and vitamin E. While we've already discussed magnesium, 2 other vitamins have a strong track record in scientific literature for reducing menstrual pain. A study found that taking just 100 milligrams of vitamin B1 thiamine daily significantly reduced pain in adolescents with dysmenorrhea. Vitamin B1 plays a role in nerve and muscle function, and a deficiency can contribute to pain. Another study showed that 200 IU of vitamin E, taken twice daily for 5 days, starting 2 days before the expected period, was effective in reducing pain. Vitamin E is thought to work by inhibiting prostaglandin production and through its antioxidant properties. As always, it's best to consult with a healthcare provider before starting any new supplement regimen, but these represent 2 more powerful, natural tools for your arsenal. Tip number 12. Explore the potential of transdermal magnesium oil. We talked about oral magnesium, but another fascinating method is applying magnesium topically in the form of a spray or oil. It feels oily, but is actually magnesium chloride and water directly to the skin over your lower abdomen. The theory is that the magnesium is absorbed transdermally and goes directly to the underlying muscles, providing a more targeted muscle-relaxing effect. While more research is needed, anecdotal reports are overwhelmingly positive, and it represents a nearly zero-risk option to try. Simply spray it on and gently massage it in during the days leading up to and during your period. Tip number 13. Master your cycle with cycle syncing. This is the ultimate proactive strategy. Cycle syncing involves aligning your diet, exercise, and work commitments with the 4 phases of your menstrual cycle. During your follicular phase, right after your period, you might feel more energetic and be great at high-intensity workouts and brainstorming. During the ovulatory phase, you're likely at your most social and communicative. Then, in the luteal phase, the 1 to 2 weeks before your period, your energy begins to wane. This is the time to be proactive with all the tips we've discussed. Ramp up the anti-inflammatory foods, prioritize yoga and walking, be diligent with your magnesium, and double down on stress management. By paying attention to your body's natural rhythms instead of fighting against them, you can preemptively address the factors that lead to cramps. You're not waiting for the pain to hit. You're building a fortress of wellness during the very phase when your body is most vulnerable to it. This level of body literacy is the final piece of the puzzle. It moves you from being a passive victim of your cycle to being an active, empowered director of your hormonal health. You now have 13 distinct, scientifically proven strategies. From the nutritional power of omega-3 seconds and magnesium, to the circulatory benefits of exercise and heat, to the hormonal balancing act of stress management and cycle syncing. This is a comprehensive toolkit. You don't need to implement all 13 at once. Start with the 2 or 3 that resonate most with you and your lifestyle. Maybe you begin with a daily magnesium supplement, a heating pad, and a commitment to a 15-minute walk 3 times a week. That alone would be a revolutionary change for most women. The goal is progress, not perfection. Every small step you take is a step away from pain and toward a life of freedom and control. We have journeyed through the science of pain and emerged with a powerful, actionable blueprint for a future free from menstrual cramps. We started by dismantling the myth that this pain is something you just have to endure, revealing the true culprit: excessive prostaglandins, causing violent, oxygen-depriving uterine contractions. We then armed ourselves with 13 proven strategies to fight back on every front. We learned how to use food as medicine, flooding our bodies with anti-inflammatory omega-3 seconds, muscle-relaxing magnesium, and potent natural compounds from turmeric and ginger, while stripping out the inflammatory oils that fuel the fire. We discovered that movement is not the enemy but a potent ally, using cardio to boost endorphins and circulation, yoga to release pelvic tension, and core strength to build a foundation of support. We acknowledged the silent saboteur stress and equipped ourselves with techniques to lower cortisol and calm our entire nervous system. And we added to our toolkit the immediate, science-backed relief of heat therapy, the targeted power of supplements like B1 and E, and the ultimate proactive strategy of cycle syncing. This is not a random list of old wives' tales. This is a cohesive, data-driven protocol for reclaiming your body. But knowledge, as they say, is only potential power. It becomes real power the moment you take action. Right now, you might be feeling a mix of hope and overwhelm. Hope because for the first time, you see a clear path out of the monthly misery. Overwhelm because 13 tips are a lot to remember and implement. This is the most critical moment. This is where you decide whether this video remains an interesting piece of information or becomes the turning point in your life. To bridge that gap, I have created something very special for you, for free. I have taken these 13 tips and condensed them into a simple 1-page printable PDF called the Cramp-Free Cycle Checklist. This isn't just a list, it's a practical guide. It breaks down what to do in each phase of your cycle. It gives you the top 5 anti-cramp foods to add to your shopping cart. It outlines a simple 10-minute daily routine that combines the most effective stretches and breathing exercises. It even includes a supplement checklist with recommended dosages. This checklist is your roadmap to make this entire process effortless. All you have to do is click the very first link in the description box below this video, enter your email address, and I will send the PDF directly to your inbox immediately for free. No cost, no catch. I created this because I am genuinely passionate about ending the silent suffering that so many women consider normal. It's not normal, and you don't have to accept it for one more single cycle. So, what's your next step? It's simple. First, click that link and download your free PDF checklist. Get that roadmap in your hands. Second, I want you to make one single commitment for your next cycle. Don't try to do it all. Look over the checklist and pick one thing. Just one. Maybe it's, I will take my magnesium supplement every day. Or I will use my heating pad at the first sign of a cramp. Or I will add one serving of salmon to my diet each week. One single, non-negotiable commitment. That's how you build momentum. That's how you go from overwhelmed to empowered. And I want you to have a community to support you on this journey. Head over to the comments section below this video right now and tell me what your one commitment is going to be. Write it down. Making it public, even in a comment section, solidifies that intention. Let's build a community of powerful women supporting each other. I read every single comment, and I cannot wait to see what you choose. Furthermore, if you found even one piece of information in this video valuable, if you felt that spark of hope that things can be different, then do me a huge favor. Share this video with one woman in your life, your sister, your best friend, your coworker. You never know who else is suffering in silence, popping painkillers and thinking there's no other way. Be the person who shows her that there is. By sharing this, you're not just sharing a video, you're potentially giving someone their life back for several days every single month. And finally, if you want to continue this journey with me, to dive deeper into women's health, hormonal balance, and living a life of vibrant energy, then please hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. I am here to be your guide, to break down complex science into actionable steps, and to build a community where we can all thrive, cycle after cycle. You have the blueprint, you have the checklist, you have the power. The only question that remains is, will you use it? Take that first step right now. Click the link, get your checklist, and let's make your next period your most pain-free one yet. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.